Have you ever met someone and felt like you've known them forever? Or wondered why you were born into your specific family with its joys, challenges, and strange synchronicities? What if none of it was random? What if your soul chose it all? In this video, we'll explore a powerful mystical idea shared across many spiritual traditions, that before we are born, our soul, in collaboration with guides and higher beings, carefully selects our next life, including who your parents will be, who your soulmate might be, and what lessons you've come here to learn. Get ready for a journey beyond the veil, into the realm between lives where choices are made, contracts are signed, and destinies are woven with love, purpose, and mystery. Let's begin. In many spiritual teachings, from ancient Vedic texts to modern regression therapy, it is believed that the soul does not randomly incarnate. Instead, after death, the soul returns to a higher dimension of consciousness, often called the soul plane spirit realm, or the in-between. Here it meets with spirit guides, soul family members, and sometimes what is known as a council of elders. These are loving, wise beings who assist in reviewing your last life, not to judge, but to help you grow. It's like watching a movie of your life. You see the moments of love, courage, and light, but also the moments where you hurt others, turned away, or hid from your truth. And from that space of complete clarity, you ask the big questions. What did I learn? What did I avoid? Where am I still growing? And then you begin to plan your next chapter. It might sound surprising, but many spiritual teachers say, you choose your parents before you're born. Not their personalities, their actions, or even their outcomes, but the energetic contract that they represent. Some souls choose parents who will give them love, safety, and support because their soul needs a foundation to flourish, create, or heal others. But some souls, often the bravest ones, choose parents who will challenge them, who might neglect them, or even harm them. Why? Because the soul is not focused on comfort, it's focused on growth. This doesn't excuse abuse or justify pain, but it reframes it. Your soul may have chosen certain dynamics to learn how to break generational trauma, find your voice, develop deep compassion for others, or finally reclaim your power in this life. Think of it like a role in a play. You and your future parents at the soul level might say to each other, will you help me learn strength? Will you show me what it means to forgive? I will forget this agreement in the physical, but I will find my way back. And the most beautiful part? No contract is eternal. You always have the power to transform your path. Now let's talk about something that stirs nearly every human heart: soulmates. Many believe that before we are born, we make soul contracts not just with parents, but with key people we'll meet throughout life, especially those with whom we share deep love or karmic connection. Your soulmate might be a romantic partner, a best friend, a teacher, or even someone who deeply hurts you but awakens your soul. The popular myth is that soulmates complete us. But the deeper truth is soulmates reflect us. They mirror our hidden wounds and our deepest truths. Before incarnation, you might say to another soul, let's meet again. I want to feel what it's like to love you in this form. Even if it ends in pain, I know it will wake me up. Some souls even choose to cross paths briefly, a spark, a glance, a short but powerful relationship, just enough to open something ancient inside. And yes, many believe we incarnate again and again with the same souls, playing different roles, growing together like dancers in an eternal choreography of love and awakening. Once the soul has reviewed its past life and reflected on the lessons learned, it enters what many spiritual regression therapists call the planning room. This isn't a physical place, of course, but a symbolic space of consciousness where souls, spirit guides, and higher beings co-create the blueprint for the soul's next incarnation. Here, choices are made not with ego, but with clarity and love. You choose your general life path, key lessons and challenges, natural gifts and limitations, important people you'll meet, even certain turning points or wake-up calls. Think of it like designing a video game level for your soul. You select your mission, your tools, your team, and even your potential obstacles. But here's the twist. There is always free will. This blueprint is a map, not a prison. You can change course, choose differently, awaken earlier, or fall asleep longer. That's part of the game. Even the most detailed soul plans are built with wiggle room because real growth comes from choosing in the moment. You don't make these choices alone. Across many near-death experiences, spiritual channelings, and soul regressions, people speak of meeting a group of beings who assist in planning the next life. These are often described as wise, loving, neutral, deeply familiar. Some call them the Council of Elders. Others refer to them as spirit guides or soul advisors. They don't tell you what to do, they remind you of who you are. They may say, "You have struggled with control. Do you want to learn surrender this time? You've given too much of yourself. Are you ready to learn boundaries now? You've known power. Are you ready to learn gentleness?" And you, the soul, choose, with full awareness of how hard it might be, with love, with courage, and often with a little divine humor. Because at that level, the soul knows even pain is temporary, but growth is eternal. Another powerful concept is the idea of soul families. Just as we have families on earth, many believe we also have groups of souls we incarnate with over and over. These are our core companions, our cosmic classmates. They may shift roles. A mother in one life becomes a brother in another. A rival becomes a best friend. A child becomes a parent. The point isn't the role, it's the lesson. Each incarnation offers a new stage for evolving love, forgiveness, trust, and truth. Have you ever met someone and felt an instant connection? A strange sense of "I know you," even if you've just met. That could be a soul family member, someone who helped you grow in another lifetime and is now walking beside you again. Some believe we even switch roles intentionally. This time I'll challenge you, next time you'll challenge me. And through it we'll both awaken. These bonds are deeper than biology. They are written in energy, sealed with intention, and felt through the heart. Now you may be wondering, if my soul chose this, why would I choose someone who hurt me? This is where soul perspective is radically different from human perspective. To the soul, every experience is an opportunity to reclaim your voice, to break a pattern, to grow in compassion, to end cycles of pain. Some souls choose difficult dynamics to learn deep self-love in the face of rejection, discover forgiveness after betrayal, walk away from toxicity, and finally choose themselves. It doesn't mean you deserved it, or that it was meant to be in a fatalistic way. But it can be turned into meaning if you choose. And remember, no soul can override your will once you are here. If someone harms you, that is their free will. Your power lies in how you heal, respond, and evolve beyond it. Many old souls choose dense, painful paths not as punishment, but as portals. To awaken not just themselves, but others. And those who harm, they have their own journey to walk and their own karma to meet. Sometimes soul contracts become more complex. There are spiritual theories that describe unusual soul arrangements, including, in rare cases, a soul may leave a body midlife and another soul may walk in, taking over the journey with a new purpose. This usually happens after a traumatic event, illness, or near-death experience. It's not possession, it's a soul agreement, planned in the spirit realm. Some walk-ins report waking up with completely different interests, personality shifts, or spiritual awakenings. You've probably heard of the term twin flame. This concept suggests that one soul can split into two incarnated bodies, creating a mirror dynamic that is both magnetic and deeply triggering. Twin flames often activate each other spiritually, push each other through painful lessons, mirror hidden wounds and gifts. They don't always end up together because their purpose isn't comfort but transformation. Some teachings suggest that our soul is multidimensional and can incarnate in more than one body or timeline at once. This is complex, but the essence is this: your soul is vast. You are more than this one life, and you are evolving across dimensions you may not even be aware of. The most important question is, how do we remember the plan our soul created? The truth is, most of us don't remember at first. That's part of the game. When we're born, we pass through what some call the veil of forgetfulness. We forget who we were. We forget the agreements. We forget the why. But not forever. Certain moments wake us up: a major loss or trauma, a spiritual awakening, meeting someone who feels uncannily familiar, deep meditation or past life regression, or even just the ache of remembering something you can't explain. That ache is your soul whispering, "You've been here before, you chose this, and you are not alone." And when you listen, really listen, you may begin to feel the soft echo of your own divine plan guiding you home. So what do you do with all of this? You don't need to remember every detail of your soul's blueprint. You don't need to know exactly why you chose your parents or your soulmate. What matters most is how you live now. You can ask yourself, what lesson might my soul be trying to learn here? What feels aligned, expanding, authentic, even if it's scary? Living in alignment doesn't mean life becomes easy, but it becomes true. And truth carries its own kind of peace. Every moment is a chance to return to your path, not because you're lost, but because you're remembering. And even if you fall asleep again, your soul waits patiently. Let's return to the core idea. Your soul is not a victim of fate. It is the author of its journey, a courageous traveler across lifetimes, planets, dimensions, and dreams. You chose this life. You chose these people. You chose this moment. And if it's hard, it's not because you failed. It may be because you chose a powerful story, one that brings you back to yourself again and again.